Hi everyone. Today I'm going to put some solar lights on our front path. We're also going to make a homemade birdhouse today and put it in the front yard. We've had birdhouses throughout our yard, mainly in the backyard. I think once we tried it in the front. Today we're going to make a more elegant, in-depth birdhouse that's a little bit more for the well-to-do birds, let's say. We want it to look nice. We're hoping it comes out that way because we are making it with materials we have on hand, and Paul has designed on paper a design that I would really like, and I told him what I was thinking of. So that's what we're going to do today. But first, we're doing these solar lights. This particular set was from Amazon. No affiliation at all, not sponsored. Just want to say that I'm really excited. It had a lot of wonderful reviews. It had a $10 off coupon. I bought it yesterday and it came in at the same time, that same day, later in the evening around 7ish. So it was really fast and I'm really excited about it. But this particular light, it's supposed to be more powerful and work in snow, rain, storms, cloudiness. It's supposed to really work well and then present a beautiful light. We're going to find out. It was supposed to be a rainy day today. I was disappointed. We had a horrible storm later in the day yesterday, all the way through to this morning, but very happy today because it seems like we're getting some sun. But we're going to test it out and we'll let you know how it is. This is a 6-pack and it has a bronzish color. It has more of a modern look to them, but yet still works with our modern farmhouse cottagey look that we're going for. So hopefully it works well. Let's get to it. So you lift this and you push the on-off switch. You place it back. You remove the protective peel, and it comes with a pole and a spike, and you put that on, and then you stick it in the ground. You need about 8 hours of sunlight in the beginning. You don't want these lights under a direct lamp of any kind, light source, but besides the sun. And you do not want it in a lot of shade as well. You want it under direct sun for about 8 hours in the beginning. And you sometimes it will take a little longer if you have an overcast or rainy day, but it works in all kinds of weather. Oh boy, as usual, the traffic out there. So I am out there at a little, well, right now it's close to 8 a.m. But I was up since very early this morning. Perhaps I should have done that. What comes with this kit are these poles and stakes, and they left some extra poles, which is great. The thing with this is, if you push too hard, it can crack. So luckily they hand you these extra things. However, if you're very careful, they should go on just fine. So this is adorable. Paul made this from all found wood that we had laying around and nailed it all together, did the caulking of it. Hopefully it's dry enough for me to start painting. I'm going to paint the house now, and this adorable birdhouse hopefully turns out really great, and then we're going to put it on the tree with brackets. And yes, we do have to nail it into the tree, but there's really no other way to do it. But it's going to look so charming in our front yard. And it was all with free materials. And even the paints we have laying around the house. So here we go. So this is the first coat. This here is leftover Luan from Jake's entertainment room. And this wood was laying around. If you remember in Jake's entertainment room, the guitar wall, we still have some of that wood left and some other random wood. And basically, I just put on a first coat, and I'm going to get a second coat soon. I want it to dry a little bit. It's a nice warm day, so it should dry soon. But this roof, I'm going to kind of with Danish oil try to get it to be like a stained roof, and hopefully it'll be finished. And I'll add a little detail here and there, but I love it. This is what Paul does. Sometimes I'll throw an idea at him, and I wanted something for the front yard, and he can take some free materials and make something special. So hopefully this comes out like we're hoping, and hopefully it'll be inhabited by some really pretty birds. And there's some that's not taking, and I'm assuming that because there's paint there. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. So hopefully I can work out the stain with maybe a paint over it. It'll make it a darker stain and cover that.
I think that looks pretty good.
I'm waiting for this first coat to dry, so this was a good time to do the Danish oil. It's really coming together. It's really looking cute. Now I'm going to attempt a second coat. Hopefully it's dry enough. We're trying to get this house done before the rain comes back. We've been having some storms, but also before nightfall, so we can see it in the day. I don't know if it's happening where you live, but we're getting a lot of rain lately. I'm curious, leave it in the comments if you're getting the same rain as we are, but I know some people who usually get a lot of rain are actually getting the sun. So, interested to see what weather's like over where you are. Been an interesting summer. So I'm glooping on this paint because it's really thick recycled wood, but also I kind of want it to have that old clapboard feel of houses. So it looks like it's been around for a long time, that maybe it's a 100-year-old home. I really like that. And why can't birds have that? Okay, so there's our second coat. Just going to make sure everything is, every corner is taken care of. And I'm going to add some detail. And some of the staining that's coming through on the roof here, in certain spots, I'm not really sure why it's doing that. As I didn't, that was before I even did the second coat of paint, and it shouldn't have any paint on it. So I'm not really sure why it's doing that, but I'm going to try to touch it up with a little bit of a wash like you've seen us do with paint. Where I'll put it on and wipe it off. So I'll do that in a second. Use gray, I guess. I don't have black handy, so I'm using the gray. It's all right. It's not, I think the black paint would have been better. But what I'm doing is basically putting a little on the rag and wiping it off to kind of give it a grayer effect. So hoping that it will hide some of the staining, but so far I'm not real super crazy about it, but it is hiding it a little bit, but not completely. It just makes it less visible and it gives it a different look to the room. It does help a little with the aged look. This one's actually okay, but I want it to match. I'm going to give it a little time to dry, and then I'm going to put a little detail on it. So, of course, now I find black. Always the way. I'm not an artist by any means, and I'm just doing this freehand, which is dangerous for someone who's not very artistically inclined. But what I'm trying to do is add shutters on the side of their window. Not with much success, but I'm having fun. And isn't that the thing that matters? They look like shutters, more like black squares, but I guess that's all we got, folks. What I'm attempting to do is a window box on all three windows. I would have loved to have added a real window box, and I might someday, just Wasn't time in our schedules to do that today, but we might add little faux window boxes with Luan pieces down the road. But right now I'm painting them on. Hopefully they come out all right. I'm sure the sizes will not match up because I'm doing this freehand. I'm not measuring anything out, which is probably driving my son crazy because he measures everything out. He's a mathematician, you know, so I'm not as methodical.
Not everything.
Not everything.
No.
I'm a little more artsy about it, so.
Just 87% of things. I measured.
Taking me back to my craft days when the kids were young. I would really, that was like an era of, in the 90s and early 2000s were like all about being crafty. And that's about the level I have of creativity. But I guess you can't say you're not an artist because isn't art all about that? Now, whatever you make of it, your expression. Hopefully our feathered friends will like living here. They won't think, oh, it's a graffiti apartment building. Hopefully they think of it as this luxury condo. That's what I'm going for. Well, probably could have measured things a little better, but I don't think the birds will be thinking. I'm a little. A little bit of the white to make it look like more of a shutter. Maybe if I can add the stripes of white. So it just almost looks like just a black square. So we're going to see how this turns out. I'm not sure that's really cutting it for me. I'm not sure I'm liking this. Oh, how do I make this look more like a shutter?
Sorry?
How do I make this look more like a shutter?
Um,
It's just not cutting it.
I think if you just,
actually, yeah.
I think if you just like blend it a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah, make it just like a little more subtle. I think the actual lines and everything are just right though. You could
I think it goes.
you can almost do like a wash over it,
And the good thing is this is all gonna fade
semi-opaque
with
kind of.
weather too. But
Yeah.
I love the
Does look great though.
hanging baskets with the cascading flowers.
Does it look alright?
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. I really like the flower boxes.
Thanks. Just doing some touch-ups. As equal as possible on both sides. What I need are those crickets where you can print out the design you want and apply it to the said object you were doing. It's supposed to be pretty amazing. But for now, freehand is the way, folks, so I can do that. Any birds out there? I'm your real estate agent. If you're looking for a fixer-upper, a place to stay, honestly, it's an old home and it was built beautifully with tender loving care. And the painter was, but hey, we got a cute little house here. We hope you'll join us to see how it turns out on the tree. We hope the birds will cohabitate here. We have 3 separate homes. We have a little bird condo going on here, a little townhouse. We're gonna kind of keep you updated to see if we see any life here.